Hi, I'm Garrett, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute, so let's remember to click the like button, subscribe, ding the dong, do whatever you want to do just to be notified the next time I decide to make a YouTube video with any consistency. Let's cover where I've been. Got in a car accident back in June, and I've been slowly, carefully piecing my life back together, as well as the car. And so I'm back. I've got lots to think about for games, but I had to take a small hiatus for that kind of stuff. Now that we're hopefully back on schedule, I'm going to try and shorten the videos a little bit too, because I found like I'm new to doing this sort of thing, and I think I bit off a little more than I could chew. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about shrimp, Walrus, and more games. Walrus, what's new with Walrus? I've kind of ditched the random movement all the time because this thing right now is a fixed movement based off of the speed die that is your movement characteristic. Your speed die is you move the maximum of whatever the value of your speed die is. So in the case of a character that has speed 1, again, that's a D4 because that's a dice chain game. It's a D4. But when you move a fixed distance of up to 4 inches because 4 is the maximum number on the speed die. I do still want to have like advances or things like that, that second movement you roll for, because then that way you are using your speed die. But then I want boots to be an item that costs a little bit more and allows you to negate that, and you can just move your speed die again in terms of max value. So then it gives you an actual positive reinforcement loop of, okay, if I'm putting in money to avoid the roll, I'm actually, it is compounding it in a like positive feedback loop. You're getting more speed. So I'm working on that for Walrus. The other thing I really want to do is increase the amount of narrative that comes out on the table. So I'm looking at the tables for each faction, and I'm considering adding in another table that's like a twist or something like that. You see that in games right now, mostly like smaller games, or on the bigger shelf stuff. You can see like underdog rules are big with GW. They've always been big, but that's a system we could look at as a comp. We could also look at there's another game. I forget the name of it, but there's another game that uses like a card based. Oh, well, you thought you had one thing going on, twist, something else is happening. Also, last night I played Nemesis Retaliation, and so a lot of those mechanics are sitting in my head too, and I like some of the stuff going on in that, and I'm wondering if we can pull that into skirmish games. But the other big part of being a skirmish game that I'm wanting to add into Walrus that we haven't seen yet in the playtesting is unit types. So at the moment, Walrus has always been a game of individual models are individual troopers or individual units. You don't have, say, like 10 Space Marines and then a Space Marine lieutenant leading the group, right? It's you have a model, and then that's it. That model moves independently. I want to add in a mechanic so that you can bundle models together and have units of models, because I think that's going to speed things up drastically. The things that I think should be maybe one model per unit are like the specials still for most factions, and your, whatever your leader type that you choose is should probably be one model. But I'm still looking at those ideas. But the normies, your squad, your basics, those should be able to get put into units. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to use the fire team rules sort of lean like they have in Infinity, which is really fun, but also pretty complicated until you get your head around it. Or if I want to use something a little simpler, more like traditional unit-based skirmish games or unit-based war games. Because if that is a direction I'm going to go, then, more people understand that. So we'll see. As always, the playtest packet is in the doobly-doo, and I hope you try it out. Let's talk about Shrimp. Where are we with Shrimp? Shrimp is in a great place. I've been playing it with a bunch of people. Anytime I go to a game store, I probably have a copy of Shrimp on me. So, hey, if you're watching this and you know me, which chances are high, if you see me at a game store, let me know if you want to play Shrimp, because I probably have it with me, or I will happily schedule a game. I've been having a blast. There really isn't anything to change in the core rules. The PvP rules are done, and the more I play it, the more I know that the product is finished. The thing that is up for change is the narrative and co-op missions. So I'm now starting to work on flavorful bowls. Words good. boards. Board. B-O-A-R-D. Board, like board game. Flavorful boards. There we go. I'm now working on the flavorful boards and maybe the mission types and things like that so that we can create exciting cooperative missions that you can play with your friends using the simple system that Shrimp brings for one-on-one deathmatch games. There's another game we've maybe briefly talked about on this channel called Woodland Racers. Woodland Racers is still in development, and it's very much in proof of concept. I would love traditionally publish this one if possible. So I'm not saying too much right now, but what you can know is it is a kinetic-based racing game that uses a shuffleboard mechanic to gather your speed, and then speed is a very important resource that you use to move around a procedurally generated racetrack. And of course, because it's Woodland, it has to be cute animal themes. So you're going to be, you know, a bunny in a race car that your friendly Woodland mechanic has put together for you out of whatever they found on the forest floor. And you'll go out racing as that, right? So it's going to have a bit of a, like, a little sort of a twee vibe. And then I also am trying something very new right now that you may or may not have noticed, which is the background. This, in all the old videos, has been what I've been looking at. So I have, I feel very self-conscious. I'm not a private person, but I'm a very, like, I don't like people seeing into my home too much. So I did try for a little while doing videos, just showing my home. And that felt a bit too much, especially because, like, I, don't want to have to clean my entire living room. You all know how it is. We're all gamers here. But the background is nice and kind of ready-made. So I just shifted everything 180 degrees. So we'll try this. We'll try different angles. We're going to look for other things. But yes, this is the new background for now. I actually really like it because it has all sorts of fun little trivia pieces about, my interests or my life or the things that I've gotten through life with. So some of the projects I've worked on are behind me, and that makes me happy too. So anyway, hopefully we'll see a little bit more of this background. And yeah, that is all.